Hello and welcome back to Playing Blaze. That's Round 4 with the Kaiserreich mom. We're back in Canada. Now then, interventions abound. With America having broken out into civil war, we have taken over both the New England territories as well as Alaska and Puerto Rico, as all of these have requested that they be given to us. Meanwhile, Panama tried to reclaim the Panama Canal. However, we are intervening on behalf of debts. I'm not entirely sure what honest justification we might have for this, but I guess we are saying that in order to restore order and prosperity, we need to make sure that we are the ones in control of this. It's obviously an illegal act, but it doesn't matter. I'm sending down my Marines. I'm getting these guys involved. Unexpected aid arrives. Aware of our trouble pacifying the Panamanians, the Costa Rican government has offered a port of free access across their land to help us in taking down Panama. So, joins the Dominion of Canada in the war against Panama, gives the Dominion of Canada access to Costa Rica, and joins the Entente. Absolutely. Good sire, good sire. No more attack that way. We are landing. So, just hurry up already. Hurry up and get there. You wouldn't happen to have... You do have... Ah, lovely. I was hoping you would. There you go. Send them into that way. Naval strike mission. You are now going to be a close air support attack, and they are joining in on the fight. Now then, with your force that's down here, could I get some expeditionaries from West Indies Federation? I could. They have a lot to give us, actually, and Costa Rica is not willing to send any, but West Indies is. So let's see, we have the West Indies Regiment for 2nd Bermuda Defense Force. This is pretty much their entire army by the looks of things. Yeah, you guys get involved, you get in here, and I think that'll be good for us. I need to make sure that they don't take Limon. Which makes me think I should break off these forces. You guys just make sure you just go into a new theater. It's fine. Send that guy in. Send all of these troops under the West Indies Federation. Have them come in there. And have them under... anyone who's good in... What kind of terrain is this? Some plains, hills. Any hill fighters we might have? You're a hill fighter. Get in there. And meanwhile, while they have their troops elsewhere, you go back onto that old plan of landing on Cologne. And one of you land on Panama itself. Go and ready, which should be pretty much immediately. You fight them back that way, but first you need to land on Limon, which is the problem, because I'm pretty sure that Limon is going to be taken before they even get the opportunity. They're going to take Coto Bruce, which at one point was... No, this is David. Okay, looks like it does matter. Democracy prevails in the Philippines. Interesting. It wouldn't happen... No, if you go social liberal, you're probably going to join with the Japanese. That's how that goes. Meanwhile, for our sake, after the fall plan is done, we need to get ready on intervention plans. Yeah, you guys are fine. Oh, it's a good thing we started landing in Limon. But yeah, as soon as this goes, the war should already be done. And over here, draft our draft bill. Let's do the New England question, intervention debate, home of the free. The New England question will do fine over here. You guys just gotta get in. Denmark has joined the Reichspakt. Let's see if they jump out before the war is over. Over here, I have zero faith in the Americans in order to hold out. I think I might want to try and... I don't really want to support Pacific. I would kind of want them to just keep going. Trade with America has been hindered. Over here, the actual capital has been taken, so let's take Cologne. You. Go. Although I guess it's cut off now. Goo, which means take David and 4 busters. You take to Bruce. You take that way. And this war and this intervention should be done.
Yes, sir.
You've been kicked out of your invasion of Cologne, which should be fine. Jim and Penn announces their ambitions.
Attention.
With David taken, question of New England, set up a provisional government, set up a provisional, and play as them. Yes, set up the provisional government, and now we have a next person. They don't have anything. Take this guy, he looks cool. He looks very cool and very legal. You put that in there.
Ready, sir.
Ah, I see the Frenchies have joined. You get on the border here. That is a very long line. Do not do that.
Listen up.
I want you on the border between these provinces and just those provinces.
Yes, sir.
You, the York Volunteers,
Ready, sir.
in general, start moving some of my coastal militias in to help this line. Not very good troops, but they'll do. Up here, national focus, intervention debate. Have a debate on that.
Ready to move.
And then down here, you're actually taking attrition as the fight continues. You guys, we need to send more troops to go and help out
Go, go, go.
with this assault. And consider the idea that we might actually lose that assault.
Move out.
Better get involved. You... yeah, that'll do. You, research slot available. 137 techs. Anything else? I do like myself some maintenance companies. And a trade mission for the Australasian Confederation. Of course, we are in the same faction after all. Why not help out a friend in need? Let's go ahead and get some oil from somewhere. Pacific States? Sure. We need... no. We need some... of that. I am over on rubber. That is something we should probably look into. The fact that we are... 1, 2... We are over our production, but that's just carrier bombers and carrier CAS. Not that important to me. Left Kuomintang.
Move out.
Over here, you guys need to get into your positions. Second Internationale. Everyone get into
Listen up.
the place. The place with the thing. Which, you know, even with this one division cut off and surrounded, doing pretty good. Excuse me. Everyone join in on taking Cologne.
Ready to move.
Good, that'll wrap up. Let's see, I don't need my fleet over here anymore. My source state, hold, and just delete this region. Let's go to ground.
Keep moving.
With Cologne taken. Prospect of intervention. Parliament has begun the tense debate over whether the Canadian government should recognize one of the warring factions in the South as the quote-unquote real America. It is a tricky situation, and doing so will anger the other factions and potentially leave us with the hostile victor in the South, but even worse, the prospect of the so-called combined Syndicate of America winning the day. We cannot be expected to fight wars elsewhere, the Syndicate government sitting directly to the South, can we? For now, support merely means directing the Entente to send volunteers and equipment, but if we pick a side, some suggest our getting drawn in the conflict will be getting inevitable. Federal government or the Pacific States? Federal government holds Washington. But I do not see them... No, they... Oh god, what a... Supporting the... Okay, looks like we're gonna support the feds. Oops. Back to national focus, eyes to the south for reinforcements, crossing the border. The Buddha. Quid pro quo. I am interested in taking out the Syndicalists as quickly as possible. Death of Philip Snowden. The devil is dead. Pacific States are now pissed at us. Well, the federal government is the most legitimate government. And you gotta deal with that. Down here, the fuel is nice to have. I got the American No, not the American-led. The player-led peace deal mod. So I shall take all that. Done. Done. Dusted. And then France cannot actually take over the Entente. Thank you. You.
Ready.
Go ahead and delete your units because you were all foreigners. You. Now I will. Let's see. Where would I want my Marines? I want my Marines right there to get across Detroit lines. Sichuan click. Support the USA with guns. Sure. Would I have actually... Oh yeah, I can invite New England and I can invite Costa Rica into the pact. Where is the fate of Panama? Here it is. Liberate Panama from government but retain ownership of the Canal. Yes. I would like the Canal for myself. For reasons. And past that, I think everything else is fine. Good. We need 1937 techs. Over here. This has been completed. Good. You, what are you working on? You're working on nothing? You're unassigned. Huh. Go to Lancashire and London. 1937. Things I can do in 1937. Air dock. Oh, I know. I can drive by the house really fast so I can be really loud and annoy people who are inside of the building. That's what I can do. I think that's something everyone can do and everyone can agree on. Yeah, that'll do. That's fine. PNTFAI. New England agrees to join. Good, good. There's the Spanish Civil War, so let's see. If I sent you volunteers, if they arrived over in here, I'd be able to fight pretty well. I don't want to send you volunteers is the problem. I just don't. But I can send volunteers over to the Kingdom of Spain. No, it would be the Carlist Spain, I think. You have to join the Entente. So I'd like to support you as much as possible. Send volunteers. I need volunteers to send. Let's take 2 divisions, put them out in their own little group. You come home, you go out. Put in John Dill. Because I can, and because he's a hill fighter man. Send volunteers. Oh, I can actually do 3. Let's send over another division of volunteers. It's still going to be a while until the war actually kicks off. Carlist Spain, I can send an attaché. I do have the points for it, so let's send an attaché over. No, will not accept. Oops. Send volunteers, air volunteers. The army of John Dill. Send it. Spanish Civil War, Zardom restored. Okay. Get rid of that modifier because it doesn't matter. What else? You are just parked. At least go to Kingston. Come on. Get with the times. In here, support the Prime Minister for increase of popularity. Invite Costa Rica into the bloc. Return Panamanian lands. Never. Is there anything in here? Stop the Spanish intervene in the Civil War. No, stop the Spanish. No, that's just what I'm thinking inside. Go to partial mobilization. I want to see how many I can send. I can send 60. 60 not a lot. How about we split it up between 50 bombers and then a escort of maybe 10, a small squadron of 10 fighters. Yeah, no. Go over. 10 fighters. An elite air wing, a specialized air wing. Make an elite air wing. Yes. Yes, making an elite air wing just so that it reinforces the most possible. And then, yeah, come over to Galicia. Woo! Belgium has to join the Entente. The diplomatic mission of the reborn country of Belgium has approached us. They have reminded us of the Treaty of London and the strength of the Anglo-Belgian alliance, and we fought in the Feldkrieg. They are now in a tricky position, however, with the relations of Germany. Absolutely. Welcome. Welcome to the Entente, buddy. Costa Rica agrees to join. Yeah, of all the places, I would not have expected little old Belgium. I think that'd be good for us. It gives us an easy way into France, potentially, in the same way that going into over here could also do that for us. Please go to Galicia. 1937 Dutch elections. We got Storks and Mortars. We've got a lot of things to do. We can invite Panama into the EECD. Who really needs investments? Investment. Maybe New England could use some investments. Washington is not having a good time about it. They ain't having a fun time. I do need to save political power in order to eyes to the south to draft a bill for conscription. Though honestly, I think we'd do pretty well if all we were doing was attacking into the syndicates. I think. Oh, they even the Federalists have took over New York City. They're actually, my God, the rebels are doing pretty well over here. Swedish Commune, Panama agrees to join. Then get Belgium in on this. Things in the world are going nice. They're helping us. Hey, what happened over in France? Belgium agreed to join. What is your plan, by the way? What did you do? You went restore the suspended but continue Petan's presidency. Okay, that makes sense. Then you went for colonial courts, racist, and now you're beginning for some native conscription. Ew. Probably not the best. Annual IEDC review, invest points. Well, I need to retain onto at least 100 points so that when we're able, we can do for limited conscription. So we'll do invest 25 for political power pool. And then we have 250 we can invest places. Last time we invested in East India. How about Australasia and ourselves? A civilian factory, an arms factory, or a dockyard? Arms. I would like an arms factory, please. I would like one arm. ECD advisors. Our contribution allows us to take advantage of the pool of the advisors. The benefit to assist our economy. We use naval engineers or construction engineers. Assist the economy. Meanwhile, need to make sure Belgium holds you. We are here now. What do we really need from the Spanish Civil War here? What I really need is... Also, it's too much to send an attaché at this point now. I would like you to take out the CNT-FII. If you so much as do that, it at very least weakens the syndicalist position inside of that area. It weakens them. You go over Eastern Iberia if we're going to be fighting in this area. You go ahead and get a commander. He's been just jumping everywhere. Every dang old place. Over here, we still need light tanks. But it's fine. It's fine. And don't be hurting my troops too much. We only have 25,000 in backstock. Let's just cross into British Columbia. Ooh. A syndicalist uprising in Washington State has spilled across the borders. The units use it to evade and get around our opponents. This has caused considerable consternation in the region as Canadian forces have needed to move in and tighten security. So we'll perceive damage. What I can tell is actually really hard to get around over here just because of so many mountains. Like, if you're in this area, it's pretty easy. You there, buddy. Look after that area. I do not trust them. I do not trust them at all. I'm really worried about our middle section. You go over to Regina. Your third RSMP. Now you go Thunder Bay. You go back to Winnipeg. You go back to Winnipeg, don't you know? You don't worry about the about right there. Worry about this line here. Our main thrust will be through Michigan to get that sweet, sweet steel, that real steel goodness. Now, New England, you consider you support these guys. And how many actually do? You have support from. Okay, that doesn't help. You have support from. No one actually wants to support you. We say, hey, you are the actual guy who did the thing, but strategic bomber. Equipment required, a strategic bomber. We're not building that, huh? Interesting. I didn't think we had the strategic bombers over here. Yeah, we don't. So you're on defensive fights right now. After that is done, maybe try and attack to Zaragoza. After it's all said and done, oh, there's the other British. Some early fights in Spain, I see. Meanwhile, Peru has declared war on Ecuador. We had all eyes on the south, And we're just kind of rushing in there. So crossing the border does not have to spirit an invaded nation. Invaded nation goes away. I'm assuming if we divided nation, looming war, divided Anglo tensions. I believe it goes away if we draft the bill. Let's draft the conscription bill. Because we need to get involved. See, the debate begins. We need to get involved, and if we don't get involved, things can go very badly for us. Over here, we need to try and take Zaragoza, and then try and cut off the Spanish CNT FAI. If it just comes up to a straight-up fight between Carlist and the Kingdom of Spain, natural conscription, we need full conscription, so it's full. Or perhaps a more limited conscription would be better. Limited conscription, please. I want smaller forces that are better trained. We can reinforce Ottawa, Montreal, and Vancouver, or Halifax. Yeah, that's nice and all, but I'd be more interested in Ottawa in the event that possibly we lose it, but I think we'll hopefully be on the offensive there, especially if we get all of the Entente involved at once. You have some Swedes in there. What are the Swedes doing here? Romania has capitulated. All three of this attack has failed. Move forward with other troops. Really try to wrap them in here. That's a little bit more obvious of what you're supposed to be doing. Attack that way. Try to get around Zaragoza if everything else fails. Go that way. Leapfrog your way across. Because in general, this will do fine. Growth in Trans-Pacific trade. British Columbia gets a civilian factory. Nice. You join in the attack there. You know what? Be bold. If you can't be bold, what are you doing? What are you being? You attack that way. East Turkestan is doing a thing. They really do be doing a thing, though. You got the surround. Saudi Arabia. Attack them. You are being attacked, so you shouldn't involve yourselves. You are going to circle in. I do not like that you're coming this way, but you'll do. Attack. One of the following combined syndicalists are at least 20% to surrender progress, suppress the rebels. Here. We do have enough. I could support let's support New England because they could use the support. They will be the front lines of a war that they have no real desire to fight, so they could definitely use the support. Even if just moral support. You maybe try to take all the way to Barcelona? Barcelona? Is that how? Oh, the Mozambique Bush War. Don't see that every day now. You, C7, the future of Canada's industry. We need armaments now, not later. Focus on arms, or perhaps a compromise between the two plans. Focus on civilian and industry arms. Well, honestly, we kind of do need arms later. Not necessarily now. A compromise. I am the king of compromising. I sit upon my throne of indecision. Infiltrate the civilian government of civilians? Nah, not really. You? How are things going? What do we know about them so far? We've infiltrated their navy, we've infiltrated... Oh, we can actually see their dreadnoughts. A Victoria class? Who do these people think they are? Victoria class. Well, either way, we're at like 25 minutes and I'm going to end the video here. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!